Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing all of the signs in this video. Hope everyone's doing well, by the way. Hope you all are having a good day. I think I'm just going to do the Celtic cross in this video. And it's funny, I'm trying to get in the mood, trying to meditate a little bit before, and I'm just listening to music and shuffling. And the Emperor popped out, which is an Aries card. And it was just like, okay, it's time to start. Focus on me because Aries is going to be first, right? I just thought that was funny and thought I'd share. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You don't have to force anything to fit. And feel free to check any other placements you have. Like your sun sign may not resonate. Like I see that some tarot readers end up picking up like my Mars sign. So feel free to pick up any of those like personal placements, you know, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start with Aries. I'm going to get the cards. Okay, so I'm shuffling off camera because I'm kind of enjoying listening to music while I shuffle, and that may be like a copyright thing. I don't know. I'm not going to risk video getting taken down. Anyway, so to start, your situation is pretty much like new beginnings, trying to figure out where you want to go, what adventure you want to go on, like where you're trying to travel, maybe where you're trying to. I think you want to redo, right? With that full energy, you're just like, okay, we closed the door to the past. We're ready to start somewhere else. We're ready to go. You could have been dealing with an Aquarius. Don't have to be. There's air signs here so far too. But I was going to do the whole spread, but then I'm like, okay, well, this is fresh in my mind. Let's go ahead and get these first three cards. So what's challenging you is just really feeling confident in the knowledge that you've gained, or really feeling sure about the choice you're making. And I don't think you're really disclosing this to anyone else. You're just kind of like, let me make my decision, then we can talk about it. Like, don't bother me right now because I need to think about this on my own. It kind of has like a, you're done letting other people influence you because other people's influence in the past has been bad, and that's part of your influence now. You want a better team surrounding you. You want better people around you, and you're just like, I don't really know if I want to allow other people's influence in my life that are currently there to influence my decision. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and go forward. So I think in the past you were pretty passionate about the decision you made, be it this one that you're maybe walking away from now. Like you may have had options, you may have had other places you could have went, but you were passionately picking this one. You were very excited about this. So it kind of feels potentially disappointing and kind of a letdown to start fresh here, but like that three of pentacles here at the bottom just kind of feels like a energy of you really need better cooperation from whatever this is. And I'm kind of wondering if this is job, because in the near future you have the Eight of Pentacles here, which is maybe finding something that you actually like being a part of, actually like doing. I think you're putting in that effort to find something else, and I think you're going to, where maybe your efforts will be rewarded. So with the goals, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, with this being a queen, and I'm seeing workplace things here with the Pentacles and potentially wanting to leave, we all know there's shitty managers out there, right? So you could be looking for a more compassionate leader. You could be looking for someone who's not just trying to fill a spot, who doesn't just see you as another workhorse. You know what I mean? Like, who actually cares about you as a person and not you as a worker. So, could be dealing with the Cancer, don't have to be. If this isn't work related, I think you just want to be in a more caring and nurturing situation. Like, I don't know why transactional just really, maybe you were in relationships that just felt really transactional. But it just kind of feels like you want something actually real. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the rest of the spread. I'm sorry, we're going to go ahead and jump to the end because I got some advice. So I just hear stop trying to prove yourself to make someone want you, to make someone love you, to make someone choose you. Go where you are celebrated and where you celebrate being. Some of y'all need to hear that, because what is an Aries if not someone who loves the chase, right? So your approach to this is the Five of Cups. I think there are opportunities for you, but you're still kind of hung up. I think you're still processing actually leaving this situation. I think you're processing whatever door this is closed to you. I think, you know, Aries to me kind of has like a hard exterior, soft inside, soft and mushy on the inside. Like they're sensitive. So no matter how you look externally, this is you on the inside. I think you're a little torn up about the situation, about having to leave, about whatever this is. And with your external environment, I think you're dealing with a lot of people that think their word is law. So I think that is why you want this better cooperation, teamwork type of thing going on. Because there's people who just, no, you're wrong. No matter what it is, or no matter how right you are, you're wrong, is the type of vibe you're dealing with. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Libra. We actually have 2 Taurus and Libra cards here. But with your hopes and fears, I think with this Queen of Swords, you just basically want someone who actually listens, someone who actually is willing to communicate with you, and not this Hierophant energy. It actually came out reversed, and I just kind of have that like stuck, I'm right, you're wrong, listen to me energy coming off of this, instead of a good leader teaching you things that could be helpful for you. They're just kind of like, even if you're right, they'll make you wrong, you know? So with the outcome being the Empress, it's still in a place of being created. So it really depends on what energy you put into it. And that's kind of why I had that advice when I saw the 2 of Cups. That's when I was like, quit playing the chase game. Quit trying to make someone appreciate you. Go where you're appreciated and where you appreciate being. Stop doing so much, because like in the end, whenever you finally get it, is it even worth having after you've chased for so long? Or was it just the thrill of the chase the whole time? Maybe you should try to find somewhere where you actually like being. Kind of has that vibe to me, Aries. So, but yeah, with that Empress, it really just depends on what energy you put into it right now, because the Empress, I think of pregnancy and creation a lot with that. So I'm not saying you're pregnant. It's just like when someone's pregnant, I assume that you're wanting to, you know, take the vitamins, go to the doctor, make sure everything's going along well, and make any adjustments that you may need to make along the way to have a successful birth. So that is the attitude. Like, whatever this changes needs to be your baby, right? You need to put that level of enthusiasm and energy into it, because you want a new way. You're tired of, like, there's this frustration and there's this wanting to make a better move energy here with that Fool being stuck by the Page of Swords. You're just so concerned about making sure that it's the right decision wherever you go. You walk the right path. I think you're kind of being stuck in the new beginning energy. So hopefully this reading helps. I think we're going to go ahead and go on to Taurus. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, so Taurus, you're really in your head a lot right now. There's a lot of sword energy here. We got the Ten of Swords being a block. We have the Eight of Swords being an internal influence. We have the Four of Swords being the past. And the current situation representing you is the Magician. Now, you could have Gemini or Virgo in your chart. Being a Taurus, there's a chance you could have Gemini in your chart. But, or you could be dealing with one. So, I think your goal is to lead a better life, to get everything you need, to have everything you need, to be abundant, to be able to just create whatever you need for yourself. Just to really speak into existence, to understand your power, to just really get what you want. The problem is, you feel like you've tried everything and you don't know what else to do. And you feel so stuck, you don't know where to go, and you're kind of keeping yourself tied up in this miserable place, and you're just so desperate to leave the situation, whatever it is. It may just be the energy you're in that you really don't even know what to do, and it's kind of like you have swords all around you. You can untie yourself. You can get this blindfold off of you. You have the power to get out of this situation. It's just you feel stuck there. You feel helpless. You feel no energy for some reason. And in the past, you really didn't have a problem getting over things, resting and letting things go. But whatever this situation is, maybe it was just a last straw situation, whatever it is that really just made you feel betrayed, backstabbed, made you feel like no matter what you did, it just wouldn't work, is really heavily affecting you right now. Sorry, where were we? We were on your goals. Okay, so we need to go all the way through here. So let's just say signs you could be dealing with. I think we went over the Magician already, Gemini, Virgo, because it's a mercurial card. But Aquarius, Scorpio again, Capricorn, and Aquarius, and air signs in general. So I think as far as your goals, you just want to be able to act without fear. You want to know what you're doing is like right for you. You just want to be certain and move, right? And that's really what you want with this Knight of Swords. And it may even be seen as impulsive, but you just want to like have that confidence and trust in yourself that once you know, you can act, type of thing. Because right now you're really holding yourself back. So you just want to be able to take action, really. So with the death card being in the near future, don't worry, it's not literal death, but a death of the old you, potentially. I think you're going to be able to rest again. I think you're going to be able to let go of some of these. Like, this whole thing kind of leads up to a aha moment that's like, yeah, that's why I left. So I think something's going to happen that's just going to make letting go of the situation so much easier for you. It's going to make it so much easier to stop overanalyzing and overthinking everything that occurred. I don't know why I want to say during this season of your life. I don't know why I wanted to say it that way, but whatever. So it was a phase, Mom. So anyway, getting into how you're approaching this, we got the Knight of Cups, and I had to draw another card because, as you can see, you want to propose love, you want to chase love, you want to make offers, but, while the Knight is confident in wanting to move forward, the horse is hesitant to cross the river. So why is the horse hesitant? You may have good intentions, but what's the hesitation? And we have the Four of Pentacles. And with this combination together, it's just scary to be vulnerable again, is what I'm hearing. It's scary to be vulnerable again and to let go of that control of yourself. Because if you have that control, then you feel like people can't hurt you because they don't know you like that. Right? So with the external influence, we have the Two of Swords. you either have people like telling you one thing and other people telling you another that's just kind of making your indecision worse, or you're completely blocking people out and trying to make up your own mind, but you're still stuck between two paths. So, with the hopes and fears, the world, you're ready to wrap this shit up. Like, close the door, open the door, like, start the cycle again, but with different energy, or just start a new cycle. You're ready for some change, right? But with the outcome, these two popped out together. The Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I think there's going to be a realization, an aha moment of why you had to leave this situation or why it fell apart. And it's just going to make so much sense and make you feel so much better about not being in this situation anymore. Even though initially it felt like a lot of suffering because of the loss, right? Now you can just, instead of seeing it as loss, you can see it as opportunities to find better somewhere else, right? So anyways, hopefully that helped you guys. We're going to go ahead and move on to Gemini. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a great day. So I've been shuffling off camera, Gemini. Oh shit, did I write this timestamp for y'all? No, I didn't. Close enough, right? So I've been shuffling off camera for y'all because, like, I like listening to music while I shuffle. I've been enjoying that this morning. And I don't know if that's like a copyright thing. So just not risking that. So such a fun song to listen to while shuffling for y'all. And such a sad message. So I'm in case y'all are wondering, I'm listening to Yeah by Usher. That was such a good song, like back in the day, back in my childhood, you know. So it just kind of looks like with the current situation, you have the Lover, so you may be in a significant relationship right now, potentially, but really what draws my eyes is the Snake. And with the problem, the block, whatever, being the Ten of Wands, I feel like you're doing too much for somebody, taking on too many burdens. Like, this is too exhausting for you to actually be like an amazing love connection. Like, love shouldn't exhaust you this ways. Like, there should be equal give and take, and that's kind of like your thinking and your goals. And like, I feel like that Snake, maybe your intuition being like, I don't think this is really right. I think I'm doing too much for this person. I don't know what's going on. This just exhausts me. Like, it was really fun. Honestly, I think you're in a toxic relationship because in the past, you could just move on and be like, fuck you, no. Like, not a problem. Like, oh, you're gonna treat me like that? Nah. But this card kind of came outside of the spread because I'm like, if that's your past, what's going on here? And we got the Eight of Swords. And it's sad because I think this person is like verbally or emotionally abusing you to the point of like maybe gaslighting you, maybe just making you really doubt yourself and not really. It's like they took away your self-worth with all the shit they're saying to you, making you doubt your decisions. And it's like you've put them too high on a pedestal for some reason. Maybe it started off amazing, but like, if you're wondering like why you're always wrong, like how come like you see it one way and then they're like, no, that's not what happened at all. And you're like, I saw it with my own two eyeballs and heard it with my own two ears, but they still just like make you second guess your reality all the time to the point where you're like, no, you're making excuses for their behavior all the time. I don't think this is it for you. You know what I mean? Like, I think you need to leave and get your power back. Just gonna say that now. That's my own personal thing off of what I'm getting here. Like, I don't know anyone that's worth that. You know what I mean? Like, Nobody's energy is worth that, no matter how good they are in whatever situation, in bed, being a provider, um, no matter how funny they are, no matter how good looking they are, no matter how much of a connection you think you guys have, whatever the case is, whatever they do for you, it's not worth this. So just in this context, the goal feels like that one day your hard work will pay off enough. That one day, if you do enough for them, they're finally going to do for you. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or another Gemini. You don't have to be, though. So I'm saying with the abusive relationship energy, right? Um, I think you guys are about to take it to the next level. That's where it's heading. And you may end up being excited about it. And I think you may have hopes where it'll get better at the next level if you move in together. If this halfway looks like a wedding, right? So if you move in together, if you have some sort of commitment, if you get married, if they propose, if you propose, it'll get better, because maybe they're saying like this isn't enough, so you need to give them more. So if you give them whatever that next step is, maybe they'll actually act right. Maybe they'll actually do you better. So your current approach is just trying to create something with them, trying to bring in all the heat, the passion, excitement, trying to do all these fun things with them, trying to make it better. Your external environment, you may be in therapy with the hermit. You may just be alone. This person may have excluded you from isolated you is a better word, from like all your friends, or you may have isolated yourself from all your friends, just to be more involved with this person. And for some reason, I feel like that's trust issues on one side or the other. Like, if you left them alone, would they be loyal? That just wanted to roll off the tongue. So your hopes is once you take it to this next level with the Knight of Pentacles, that it will be more consistent, that they will consistently put in effort, and it'll be better, and you'll actually grow something together, right? With the outcome, look, if this resonates, it resonates, and someone needs to hear this before maybe it'll help. But the outcome with the Moon and the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups to me is just saying, like, look, there's many ways that this could go right now. Like, the Moon, dark mystery right now. Can't really see what path you're going to be taking right now. You could end up stepping on different paths, but with the Five of Cups, they all end up in sadness, right? They all end up disappointed, and why am I the only one? Why am I not good enough? Why do I have to keep cleaning up this mess that you made? Type of energy here. And I got the advice, and honestly, it's the Death card. You know, I said before, just personal opinion, you should probably let go of this relationship if this reading is resonating with you, because it seems highly toxic. You're dealing with a manipulative, possibly narcissistic abuser, and it's just, even Spirit saying let it go. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, don't have to be, but listen, if this resonated, please get help, help yourself, whatever. Like, go see your family, stop isolating yourself, whatever you need to do, whatever you can do, because I don't think this situation is good for you. I hope this gets to the right person, and I hope it helps. We're going to go ahead and move on to Cancer. So I think Cancer, like, I listened to the perfect song for this spread. And it's an Akon song, and oh man, what was it? Don't Matter. It's the Nobody Want to See Us Together song. And it's just so funny because you got Temperance in the middle. I think you're really trying to work it out with somebody, try to bring peace to a situation, but what's coming in the way is the Six of Cups. And I think that's either the past or your friends, or maybe your friends are bringing up the past, right? I don't, and just having that song going while I'm shuffling and getting this spread for you, I'm just like, yeah, speaking of the past, we have the Emperor and the Devil, like all the bad sides of the Emperor, right? Like you may have been too attached to this person. Maybe they gave you some sort of sense of stability, but maybe it was through being overly attached to each other. Maybe it's through a lot of lust. Um, like the devil can be carnal, so it could have been one of those relationships where you just couldn't take your hands off each other, but also could have just ended in a lot of anger, aggression, control issues. And I think you're really trying to make it work out with this person because there is such strong emotion mixed in with this. And you really want consistency. You want to make this work. You want to build a good foundation with this person. And honestly, I think either you or them are going to make the offer soon to be like, hey, let's do it. But it just sounds like nobody wants to see you together, right? So I think right now you're trying to keep it logical. You're trying to understand what happened. You're trying to get clarification and possibly have a new way of doing this. And you may be trying to ask people who you deem as very knowledgeable in your circle right now for advice on this, but it seems like that's the problem here, I'm guessing, because if your friend group potentially is bringing up the past, or if the past issues really aren't resolved here, then that just kind of seems like it's not helping to go to other people to ask them because, well, I mean, it is helping, but you're not listening. You're just like, well, why does that matter? Like, we can fix this. How do you fix it? Is the thing I want to know. How do you fix it? Why do you keep telling me it won't work? Like, we need to fix it. Like, you're really stuck on that. And I really think it's because of this attachment to this person. Maybe the sex was great. I'm not gonna. The devil is carnal pleasure. So maybe you're just really hooked on this person for whatever reason, right? I'm not seeing a lot of love here, but I do see like addiction to them and potentially like lust. But, you know, you may be confusing lust for love, or you may just want that. I'm not going to judge you. It just seems like it is what it is. So your hopes here are you really just want to move on from all these issues and just start moving in the right direction. You're just trying to get a little bit of guidance. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman being in the outcome, I was kind of torn between this outcome. I'm like, okay, maybe the Wheel of Fortune is definitely a cyclical card, right? And maybe you're bringing new energy that you've learned through being still and learning and observing and seeing the other perspective into this new cycle. And maybe you'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of like that feels like an optimistic, almost lying to you type of read off of that. Like it could be there. But I'm doubtful of that outcome. Because really what I feel like this is you're going to be stuck in the same cycles until you realize what's happening, until you realize that it's not going to change, until you realize that it is the same cycle. You're starting at a high, you end at a low, you crash really hard, and it just sucks. You get really drunk, and then you hang over, and it sucks. And then you want to get drunk again. Like, that's basically what this is with the devil. Could be dealing with an Aries, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Taurus, water sign potentially, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. There's 2 Pisces cards there. So, yeah. Do we want to get advice for this? I don't feel like you would take advice. honestly. I feel like you're really stuck on your path here. I guess I'll draw advice for any of you that will listen, because I think you want advice. You just want advice for what you want to do. You know what I mean? So with the advice, I know you're not going to want this, but I drew for it. So we have the World and the Hermit, and I feel like this is just saying, okay, it's time to close the door, and maybe before you open another one, before you start another cycle, you take time and like take time to yourself. Now you don't have to completely isolate yourself forever, all the time, all day, every day, but maybe go to therapy, maybe just take time and reflect on your life, on your decisions, on why. I feel like this has a lot of why do I end up in the same situations over and over again? Okay, well, let's reflect on that. Why? What are you doing? What are you contributing? What are you accepting? What are you chasing? What do you allow into your life? Like, now I know someone else's decisions are not your fault. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just if you're a fixer and you keep fixing these like toxic people or trying to fix these toxic people, then why do you keep trying to fix these toxic people? Just as an example, like why do you keep going after that? Do you just want to um, feel useful? Do you want to feel like someone secure in a relationship by fixing someone else? Is it a superiority thing? I don't know. I don't know why I'm stuck on the fixer thing, but that kind of seems like that's a thing. Like they literally call people fixer uppers. Um, there's also like the rescuer versus like victim complex situation thing. Like what side are you on, and why do you continue to play those roles? Why do you continue to look to be rescued, or why do you continue to look to be rescued? So it's not really about blaming you for other people's actions against you. It's about taking accountability for what your choices are in life, what you're accepting, what you're allowing, and how you're contributing to those situations more than anything else, because other people's actions are on them and your actions are on you. You know what I mean? I just don't want anyone to feel like I'm blaming them for what other people are doing, because this does feel like a toxic situation, but it takes two to be in a toxic situation. You know what I mean? So anyway, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that helped. So let's go ahead and go on to Leo. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, Leo. So I've been listening to the songs while shuffling, so that's why I've been shuffling off camera. Um, for some reason, oh, what was it? Alicia Keys, if I ain't got you, just really stuck out to me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to that for y'all. So I think currently you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what's happening. And what's crossing this, what's the challenge? It's the lovers. I'm like, why is the lovers the challenge right now? And I think it's moving on from a really special connection, letting go of a decision you made or connection you were making, trying to let go of the idea that they potentially were the one, they were a soulmate, just this, like, this was the right decision. Maybe it was just the right decision at the time, and now it's time to move on type of thing. But even right now, I think you still want them to reach out, or to reach out again. And in the past, like with the 8 of Wands, either you wouldn't hesitate or they wouldn't hesitate. It just seems like as soon as you two miss each other, it would just be like, bam, okay, it's on again type of thing. Things would start happening fast all over again. Communication would just happen. It's like one person says one thing and it just fireworks, right? So it does kind of feel like this is an off and on again situation. Now you could have been dealing, let's go ahead and get signs out of the way. You could have been dealing with a water sign. We have Pisces specifically in a couple of places. We have Gemini, we have fire signs. We have specifically Leo and Aries, and we also have Scorpio. We have Virgo, I think I said Pisces already. So basically, right now, you just want to be able to be at peace again, be able to rest, relax, and be yourself again, really. Like, that was your goal here, and that was kind of the hopes here. I know I'm kind of jumping around this, but with the strength being a Leo card, that it's just kind of feeling your own power again, being where you want to be again, and just, I don't know why I want to say being appreciated. Um, Maybe you felt like you weren't appreciated in a situation, but near future we have the Ace of Wands. So maybe a new romance will be coming in. I don't know that you're really ready for that just based on these cards, but maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Who am I to say? You could end up just going for something new, passion, new excitement, new creativities, new outlets for your imagination, basically. I don't know why I'm seeing like singing. Like maybe some of you guys are singers or interested in singing, but it just seems like Beyonce on stage, you know what I mean? So, I don't know why I see the same things I see, but maybe you guys like sing to yourself in private and act like you're Beyonce or something. I don't know. Um, but so right now your approach is just kind of like, I'm just gonna lay here and accept all the betrayal, accept all that it's over, just accept all this pain and misery and just wallow in it and just I can't think. You may be overthinking a little bit, maybe trying to understand the situation where it went wrong, all the things that you tried and how they failed. Like it's just like no matter what you did, it just would not work, basically. And I normally don't take reversals, but the Three of Swords being reversed in your external environment's kind of interesting to me. It seems like there's a lot of focus in your external environment about your pain regarding this heartbreak with whoever this is for you. And it just kind of seems like really they're the ones that hurt you. Like you're upset over them. Like people are just like, I think they're trying to hype you up. They're either trying to hype you up by being like, how could they hurt you? Like type of energy, or it's just kind of like, get over it. I'm tired of hearing about this heartbreak. So, in the outcome, you have the Hermit. So, you may end up just isolating, searching for answers and understanding within yourself, within all of this. Um, you may go to therapy, or you may stop talking to so many people about this because of this Three of Swords reverse energy here, because, like, you're looking for support and you're not really getting it. You're not really finding it. So it's just kind of like you need someone who can actually hold the space, who actually has wisdom to share with that hermit, or you just need to be left alone for a little bit. You don't want to fuck with anybody, basically. Sorry for cursing, but I do that a little bit here if you're new. Um, so I was just thinking maybe we need to get advice, and the Tower and the King of Cups kind of came out, and I just kind of took this as I think you understand why it had to happen whenever you are feeling emotionally secure, whenever you are not letting your emotions get the better of you, whenever you're not having the meltdowns, breakdowns, whatever. And I'm not judging you for having those or for having those anxious moments or sad moments or grieving moments. I'm not judging you for that. I'm just saying I think you understand why it had to happen whenever your mind is clear and you can, I think you're able to rationalize why. Like, it had to happen, whatever the reasons are. It's just the pain hits you, and that's when you ask why. So I do think that the rationalization helps you, but it might also be preventing you from feeling, just really feeling it. You may be blocking it, and just let yourself feel that, cry it out, whatever you have to do, punch it out, exercise it out, sing it out, um, cook it out, like however it is that you express yourself. Like some people like to garden to feel better, um, you know, whatever it is that you do to make yourself feel better. I think you need to do more of that. You just kind of need some self-care, basically. So anyway, we're going to go on to Virgo. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope it helped. Okay, so Always on Time is a song I wanted to listen to while I was shuffling with this. And I don't know if that means anything to you or not, but I just thought it was interesting. But it seems like you want to give love another chance, with the Judgment card being the situation. You're either trying to make a final call, or this could be a reconciliation trying to happen. And what's going on is, can you actually commit to this person, or can you two actually get on the same page? Can they actually commit to you? Something along those lines. Your internal influences, like, you want to be on the same page. Like, you feel like this is a really special connection, and you really don't want to let it go. So in the past, I do kind of feel like there was, like, because you don't want to let it go, or because they don't want to let it go, there may be a little bit of toxicity in regards to control issues. But when I also looked at this card, I was just kind of like, you're scared to let them go out without you, or they're scared to let you go out without them. There's some sort of trust issue going on here. And so with the goals, Eight of Cups and Queen of Cups coming out together, I think you want to leave behind what worked in the past and get it to a better support system, something more caring, nurturing, and loving. And in the future, the near future, we have the King of Cups. And I'm just kind of like, I think in the near future, a decision is going to have to be made, and it's going to be best made if you don't let your emotions get the best of you. So right now, the outcome doesn't look great. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look great, because right now, both of you are going to have to bring new energy to this to not just repeat a cycle. And I feel like you want to bring new energy. I think that's why Judgment's here. I think you're wanting to reconcile with new energy, and right now you're looking at what you need to do. You're thinking about what you need to do to create this new, just start over fresh type of thing. And in your external environment, we have the Knight of Swords, and I don't know why when I looked at that, the phrase, that saying came up that was just like, opinions are like assholes, everyone has one. It just feels like everyone wants to tell you their opinion on it, and they just won't shut up and let you think about it by yourself, make your own decision. So, hopes and fears, we have the Queen of Wands here, and I think you really want to reignite that passion, and you want to live out that fantasy that's in your head maybe a little bit. With the Queen of Wands, you want that to be the reality. Now, in the outcome, initially, the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands came out. So something's going to happen real fast, real reactive, potentially. It's either going to be high passion. It's going to be high passion. Is that going to be good or bad? I'm kind of leaning on bad. So when I was shuffling, 3 cards came out once, and I typically like to only take one jumper at a time. But those 3 cards were Death, Moon, and 3 of Swords. And then the card that actually came out was the 9 of Swords. None of that is really great. Like, it just feels like everything's gonna rapidly come out again. All the anger issues, all the fighting, all the heated fire that was the reason why you guys had to split in the first place, kind of feels like it's just gonna repeat. Like, I don't think the energy has changed here. Now, I think you're already trying to bring new energy to this situation. So I'm just going to say, if the other person doesn't want to, that's what the advice feels like. Like, both of you have to bring new energy to this. It can't just be you. Just because you want to bring new energy and try to help fix it doesn't mean both of you have that same mindset. And it's not looking good. I feel like you're still going to try, and you're going to get to here. It kind of feels like once you get to here, just don't stay too long, okay? Like, I know you're going to do your thing. So, signs you could be dealing with, just as a wrapping up thing. We have Scorpio, Gemini. We have Cancer, Pisces, Aquarius, Aries, and Leo. Could be dealing with any of those. Maybe they're in your chart. Don't have to be, though. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Libra. Thank you, Virgo, for being here. So, Libra, for some reason, what is it? It's the Charlie Puth song. Well, I guess Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth. I was shuffling to see you again. That it just felt like that was a song to shuffle to for you guys. And so the Empress came out. We have the Five of Pentacles crossing that. The Page of Swords in your internal influence. So we have the Empress right here. Five of Pentacles, in case y'all want to see it. The Page of Swords and the Magician in the past. So I think you're actually wanting to create something with somebody, but I don't know why I just heard or you're trying to get pregnant and it's not working. That's probably not for everybody, but I think you're really trying to make a relationship work with somebody. Like you're trying to pour in the love. You're trying to create something with somebody that walked away from you that maybe at a bare minimum is emotionally distant from you. And I feel like in the past you were normally like really flirty, outgoing, and maybe a little bit of show off, being like, here's everything I can do. Here's all the things I could do for you, to you, whatever, you know. And right now you're a little bit of shy and secretive about it for some reason. Maybe it's because it's an ex and you feel burnt, a little less secure in yourself about trying to get them back because of them walking away from you. So trying to figure out if they actually want you back type of thing. So let's see, get your goals. So with your goals being the Eight of Pentacles, I think you're just trying to work hard on what you can achieve right now. You're just trying to focus your energy into something that will be productive for you. I think you're trying not to put your energy into the sadness about someone walking away from you and making you feel lonely. I feel it like you may be putting your energy into work right now, into projects, into friends, into whatever is making you feel good right now, just so you don't have to focus on all of this. So let me get a couple more cards off camera. Okay, so where were we? We were in the near future, right? I'm going to start there. So I'm just going to say signs you could be dealing with right now because I have most of this spread out. I don't know if I said that earlier. We had air signs, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Libra. Now we have Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Could be dealing with those, could be in your chart, but in the near future we have the sun. So like at a minimum, I think you're going to be able to see the situation for what it is. Everything's going to be illuminated. And it's just like you're going to know. It's kind of what I thought with this Page of Swords. You're kind of waiting on information, right? To be sure. And I think the sun is saying you're going to be sure. On a more positive note, the outcome, near future, you could just end up really happy, like having a really good time in whatever situation that arises from this. So like happiness could just be right around the corner, right? I do kind of feel like it's more of the illumination type of thing, but yeah. So your approach is the Knight of Cups. I'm not gonna take that for now. Your approach is the Knight of Cups. So you are searching for love, but it's kind of like you're waiting on it. And I think it's because right now you feel shy, kind of like I said in the first part. And I think it's because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you feel like it's just not going to work. Like you're feeling a little burnt out maybe, or maybe you're just like your confidence isn't really there, right? Your external environment right now, I do believe that with the Six of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles coming out together, I do think that you have a really good support system in your friends. And just looking at the Nine of Pentacles and then the Eight of Pentacles, I think they're helping add value to whatever these things that you're doing that are enjoying. I'm kind of thinking that this may not be, unless you have friends that are coworkers, and just helping you during the stressful time with work. I think they're helping with your distractions that are helping you just not focus on this, whatever your hobbies, whatever it is that you are enjoying. I think they are partaking in it and helping you get out and enjoy life right now. I think you have like a pretty good support system. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Five of Wands, sorry. So with that, I'm kind of like, with this whole thing being about someone that walked away, I think you're worried that they found someone new and you have some competition, basically. Like they walked away from you and now they're with someone new. I think that's kind of a fear-based thing, that you're going to have to compete for their affection, for their time, for their energy, because this does feel like it's based on a past thing. A couple of cards flipped over. Now, we do have the outcome being the Ace of Wands. That actually was the one that popped out earlier, so I guess I'm going to take it for the outcome. So the Ace of Wands. Now, it may not be the ex that you want back, but I think you got some spice coming in. You got some passion coming into your life. You got some fun things, some enjoyment, some just lust for life coming in. If you just let it happen, this may not be a relationship with the Ace of Wands, but I think you got a lot of fun coming in if you just let it happen. If you just say yes to living, just say yes to life. I'm not sure, it doesn't feel very romantic, but I think opportunities to have a good time and enjoy yourself will come forward. You could end up dealing with a fire sign. Maybe that's part of your friend's support group, because I'm kind of like, it may end up coming through just with your friends. It may be a time just to focus on your friend group. Yeah, and with the Page of Pentacles, just enjoy these. Pentacles could just be like job related, getting the bag, but I'm just like finding new fulfillment that you really like, finding your passions. I think it kind of seems like it's a focus on here. This seems like it's a little more self-focused here. Turning away from the 3 cups that are spilled. The 5 of cups wanted to pop up and then it flipped back. And finding the opportunities in life again, instead of focusing on what was lost, finding where you're supposed to go now. So anyway, hopefully this helped. We're going to go ahead and go into Scorpio. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day. It's so funny, Scorpios. I switched from like pop music to metal on you. And I was like, for some reason, Revolution Is My Name just really, really stands out to me. So I'm going to listen to Revolution Is My Name. And we have the Hierophant and Judgment. Like the Hierophant being your situation, Judgment being what's crossing you or the issue or whatever. So could be dealing with a Taurus or Scorpio, but I just kind of see that, hey, the nodes are in Taurus and Scorpio right now. Anyway, sorry. That just popped out for some reason. But it just feels like you're in a position of power right now where you're making a lot of changes, and I think that's the problem. And then just thinking back on that Revolution Is My Name song, just hearing that, what is my name? And it's like, I'm the damn manager. Like I'm not going to just make these changes to like make the company worse. I'm making it better, right? So this definitely has like, this has job potential to me, but this could also be making changes to a commitment, like a relationship. This could be like, hey, we need new energy here. Things have to change because this is not working for me. And you may be the one who wears the pants. Maybe, I feel like you are in a position of power, though, or you're used to being the authority figure, or maybe you're trying to move into that, and maybe you're just trying to recognize that a situation isn't working and you're trying to make better changes to it. And I think maybe you're trying to lead those changes, and that may be why that's coming forward like that. So let's get some more cards. Okay, so this is kind of cute. I think There's some water on here, so I'm kind of thinking that this is more of a relationship type of thing, and you're trying to save a relationship, right? Because you really want this to work. You really want the love between you two to just grow, right? And in the past, I think you guys, the problems, they're reoccurring. They're the same issues. Whatever it is, it's like cyclical. So it's like, can we focus on that and work on it? I really think that you're trying to create change for better here. So you are trying to progress this relationship. You are trying to um, be more productive in understanding what the problems are, how to fix them, and you're really trying to do the work needed to be able to do that. Now, near future, I do think there's going to be forward movement. With how the rest of the cards laid out, I think the person that you're with is going to get on board with hesitation. Like, I think this is you trying to guide. Because to me, like, even here, how are you approaching it? You're approaching it the Emperor here. You have two cards that are like you're trying to take the lead, right? You're trying to take what you learned and apply it to the situation, and you're trying to create more stability within this relationship you have within this commitment. It could be a marriage, potentially. You're trying to breathe life back into it because this is something really special to you. And I do think they'll get on board with hesitation, with questions, with resistance, with their own things that are going to need to be heard, their own problems. It's not, I'm sure you understand this just with the outcome here, but they have their things that need to be said too. And for some reason, this looks like hesitation on them to say it. And that might be why. Be receptive to their things too. And I don't know if you guys are in couples counseling or if you're in therapy, but it just feels like you have somebody in your life that is well researched, that really knows their shit, that's really helping you gain clarity throughout this whole situation and trying to shed light on the situation. I think it's just important to involve your partner in on that so that they also receive clarity for their things as well, which I think you're trying to do. I think you're trying to lead both of you in a better direction because at the end of the day, what your hopes are. When I saw these two come out, I think it's just, you just want to be happy again like you were in the past with this person. You used to really just enjoy each other's presence. You didn't really take away from each other. Like you could be satisfied emotionally, and it was just like something they added value, right? And you want to. It's like you want to get back to that. So, with the outcome being temperance, I do think that you are going to get there. Now, it is going to require work, of course, but I do think you're going to find that harmony and balance. I think it's possible here. It's a potential outcome. I do think you're going to get there, right? So I just wanted to be like, any advice? Now, with the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands, some of this could be heated, some of this could be frustrating. I'm not saying you can't take a little time to process things, but this has energy of whenever things come up, that's when you communicate them. Whenever the problem occurs, that's when it needs to be communicated. Now, like I said, if you need to take like a minute to process what happened and get your thoughts together so you're not reacting in the moment, everyone processes differently, you know, but this feels like don't hold on to it for later discussion, like way later, like months later, you know, talk about it when it's fresh and continue to, because I think there is a need for evolution here, which you see, and work needs to be done, and you need to continue to strive for that. So, if this suits you, I think your goals are obtainable. I think this can happen. It's just be considerate of the other person, of course, which I think you are, but just throwing that out there. Because some of you with the Emperor could be attacking this a little tyrannically. Like, listen to me. Like, I'm right, you're wrong. Just listen, damn it. You know. So just realize there's two of you, and that's important. So you could be dealing with another Scorpio. We have Taurus. We have water signs in general. We have Sagittarius, Pisces, Sagittarius again. We have Gemini, air signs in general, fire signs in general, and we have Aries specifically. So hopefully this helped give you some reassurance, some encouragement, and I hope this works out for you. So anyways, you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching. Okay, Sagittarius, for some reason, Whitney Houston's I Wanted to Dance with Somebody wanted to be the song I shuffled to you for. We went from pop to metal back to pop. But so I think your current situation is that you got a booty call, right? Like, or you're the booty call. You have an ex that you really can't get away from, and it may be some other addiction, but with some of these cup cards, I'm that's my take on it, and potentially take this how it resonates. But whatever it is, it's just kind of like when you're doing good of separating the bond and attachment until you're up late at night and you're just when the anxiety really hits, when the loneliness really hits, when the worry really hits, and then you're just like, you know what, okay, one more time won't hurt, or maybe they changed, or you give in and you're trying so hard not to. But I think part of the problem is you don't know where else to go, what else to do. You don't know what the problem is. You don't know why they won't change. You don't know why they won't act right, type of thing. You don't know why you're so addicted to this. Whatever the case is. In the past, like, you actually pursued them with the Page of Cups, right? Or you openly accepted their pursuits, even though I know this is dumb, but like just seeing that cup, it just kind of makes me think you knew it was fishy from the beginning. You saw the red flags, but you're just like, you know what? I bet I'll have a little fun. And you had your fun. Now you're a little hooked. And you know it's bad for you, but you keep coming back for more, is the type of vibe here. So with the Four of Cups, your goals here are to be like, no, I don't need this. I don't need you. I'm good. Bye. You want to reject this shit. And I think in the near future, you are going to have the opportunity to actually win. Not that it's not going to be hard, but I think you will overcome this and you'll say no at least once, right? You'll at least have that achievement, and I think it will empower you a little bit. Right now, how you're approaching this is anything you can do to distract yourself is kind of how I'm taking this. Any idea that sounds fun, you're going to go out and do it. And I do think you have a good support group around you with the Four of Swords that's helping you, trying to get your mind off the heartbreak, trying to help heal you, trying to like, oh, do you need to talk about it? What do you need to do? You need to go out and have fun. You need a rest day, a spa day. I think you have a good support team around you. Like, good for you. So in your hopes and fears, you want it to be just kind of it is what it is, the cycle ending, and you just look back and just see that it happened and just be able to move forward, right? That's kind of how you want to take this. Like, you just want it to be a memory and you want to be able to move forward. And in the outcome, we do have the Seven of Cups. So I think you are going to be able to pursue different options, pursue different things, enjoy a variety of things instead of being hooked onto whatever this is. Like I said, this could be overcoming an addiction, not in just like that one toxic person that you can't get over. Maybe this is like a drug addiction, an alcohol addiction, whatever it is. But I think you can do it, is what I'm seeing here. And basically, I do kind of think of it more as a person, because even in the advice, it's just like, appreciate the friend support group. And with the Queen of Swords, oh man, I lost my train of thought because I had a thing for this. Let me say the zodiac signs real quick and try to remember what I was going to say on the Queen of Swords for the advice. I heard it when it came out. Now I'm trying to remember what I heard. But we have Capricorn, water signs in general. We have Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius. what was it? Oh, okay. So I think it's basically with that Queen of Swords, if you have to communicate with them, it's kind of like taking the emotion out of it, taking the fantasy out of it, and seeing things for what they are, hearing what they're saying, and not embellishing it, and not just like you may fill in the gaps for this person too much and then like get your own hopes up and then disappoint yourself. Let them disappoint you with the hopes that you've built up by filling in the gaps. And then there's a lot of like, well, I never said I was going to do that type of energy here. Like, see them for what they are, for what they're doing, for who they are, and what they're putting out there. And I think that's going to make this a lot easier. Stop letting the fantasy run the show. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps. I hope you guys overcome this situation. And we're going to go ahead and move on to who's next? Capricorn. We're going to move on to Capricorn. Thank you, Sagittarius, and have a good day. Okay, so Capricorn. I was thinking I just wanted a hype up song for me, so I listened to High Hopes. But maybe it applies for you, right? I think you want to leave a situation, but you're keeping it a little secret right now. And you're just like, I think it's just because like you're waiting on the time to be right. Like it just hasn't hit. Like the timing just hasn't been perfect yet for you to leave a certain situation because like you want to leave, you want to let it go with that death card. You definitely do. In the past, I feel like you've compromised like too much. Like you've tried to find peace, tried to have the high road a little too much. And when I felt that temperance card, I felt a lot of anger and I'm like, what is that about? And we have the Seven of Swords. I think you were dealing with someone who pretended to compromise with you, who deceived you, who you at a minimum feel deceived, feel like you just got played. Like, okay, so I have to make all these sacrifices, but like, what are you doing? You're just doing the same shit, basically. So basically your goals here, you want someone who will actually work with you to achieve long-term goals and not set you back, right? And in the near future, I think you're going to be able to get over this pretty easily. I think you're already over it. You're just kind of nervous about pulling the trigger because for whatever reason, anxiety, lonely nights, something is keeping you hesitant from moving on. And I think even in your support group, in your environment, people are like, why don't you just leave? Right? And I think part of it is you really just don't want to talk much anymore. Like, I think you are a little confrontational, maybe, with the Page of Swords being the hopes and fears. Like, you kind of just want to move on and you don't want to have to drop the truth bomb because if you do, there's going to be a lot of anger and you don't want to leave like that because if you end up having the conversation, you're going to have a lot of things to say that you don't want to say if you're forced to say them. So it's just kind of like, I'd rather just walk away. Can I do that? And the outcome, I think you're going to be able to explore other options, better opportunities for yourself, be it work, be this relationship, whatever it is. I think you're over it and you're ready to move on. And the advice is life is too short to put energy into something that you just don't feel passionate about, that you're not having any fun, that's not really doing anything good for you. Like, where's the passion? Where's the fun? Like, have a good time. You should enjoy your life. Go enjoy your life. Why are you sitting here suffering through shit you don't want to be a part of? So you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius. We have Cancer again, maybe an air sign or a fire sign. You don't have to be that. Hopefully this helps. Thank you, Capricorn, for watching. And have a good day. We're going to go ahead and move on to Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, let's go ahead and get signs out of the way that could be here. We have Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, fire signs in general. So I kind of see you being in a situation where you're kind of in one foot out the door, but you're kind of not wanting to get out the door, right? That's kind of how I felt with the world. Like you're ending a cycle, but you kind of don't want it to end. And what's blocking? We have Temperance and the Moon popped up at the same time. Did I say Sagittarius and Pisces when I was reading off signs? I don't know. They're there too. And to me, that's saying, like, there's a lot of what ifs. What if this could work? What if we could find harmony? What if we could find peace? What if it could work and I'm leaving too fast? Is kind of the energy here. And your influence is like you just don't want to be sad anymore. Like you're always sad. Like I think you want to search for happiness and you don't know where to find it. And in the past, I don't think you've really had problems getting over people, getting over situations, getting over just leaving things that just didn't work out for you. And right now, you kind of want to get to a place where you're not overthinking it, overanalyzing it, having this anxiety about leaving, about making the right choice. Like you're really hung up on that. So I think in the near future, now this could be analysis paralysis. I'm just thinking that, like, with how this reading is going so far, this very well could be being presented with a lot of options and just being overwhelmed and having analysis paralysis, or this could be exploring your other passions, trying to explore your options, exploring things to do, finding new things that bring you joy and fulfillment. It doesn't have to be people, with the word options, but I think your approach right now is you're just trying to find fulfillment, enjoyment, and passion. Like, if it sounds exciting, you kind of want to do it. And I think in the external environment, your friends, notice how, like, the Queen's just kind of thinking about it, and the Ace of Wands is coming. I think your friends are helping you engage in these fun activities, whatever they are, or potentially new passions, maybe setting you up on blind dates or something. Like, hey, I know someone. I was going to say I know a guy, but saying I know someone's probably better. I know someone that you may like, that you may have fun with. But this could just be like going out on the town and having a good time with your friends and trying new things. Now, I think your hopes and goals is, like, you do want that romantic partner. Like, you're a little bit of a sucker for love, Aquarius. A lot of people will act like you have no emotions and you're a robot, but come on, between us, we know that's a lie. Like, Aquarians are romantic, they just don't want to show it all the time. And I think that in the outcome here, you'll have something to celebrate here, whether it be with friends, whether it be finding another person that you like, that you enjoy spending time with. Whatever it is, you will find success with the outcome being the Three of Cups, something that you find worth celebrating. I think you're going to have a good time. Like, I know there's a lot of anxiety right now, but I think fun times are ahead for you. And with the advice being the Eight of Cups, don't be afraid to walk away from situations, from people that are no longer serving you. Which most Aquarians I know don't have that problem, but just in case you do, like, there you go. Hopefully this reading helped you guys, and have a good day. Thank you guys for watching. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get on to Pisces. Okay, you are dealing with an off and on again relationship. Either that or you're really trying to leave someone and you're having a lot of trouble leaving them. And I'm kind of trying to get this out here because, like, I don't want to forget what I heard when the Ace of Pentacles popped out. Like, this is your hopes and fears. Like, we're jumping to, like, the ninth card here. But it's like you're hoping for a better situation, something actually long-term, something that will actually work out, something that is actually abundant and worth investing your time and energy into. But part of it is just so you won't say yes to them again. Just so you can say no. Just so you have the strength to say no. So currently, right now, you are trying to move on with the Fool. You're trying to start a new life. You're trying to start a new adventure, but they keep drawing you back in. You're a little addicted to them for whatever reason with the Devil. Now, the Devil is a little bit of fun. It's carnal activity. It's things that you get addicted to that later you do have drawbacks. So whatever it is, maybe they're good in bed, maybe they're just a really good time, maybe they're really funny, maybe they're cute. Whatever it is that just has you hooked, like, they're charming as fuck, and they just keep drawing you back in. And what you really want is to just be able to say no. Like, you want to be able to let it go and just be able to say no whenever they come back in. And in the past, they either rescued you from a breakup, like they were your knight in shining armor whenever you were having a devastating heartbreak and just going through all these um, life changes, and they were there to make it better. I do feel like that is it for some of you, or they just have a real weird way of stepping up every time shit goes down, and it may be both. It may be both. They only seem to step up and act right whenever you're done. That seems like that is the cycle that keeps repeating. So your goals here is to just, it kind of feels like you just want to get your shit and leave, see through the deception, and just be able to protect yourself here with the Seven of Swords. I don't think that your goal would be to steal from them, to lie to them. I do think it's to be able to protect yourself and see through the bullshit, right? Because like it just seems like you want to leave. Like you just want to leave, right? You just want them to leave you alone, basically. And in the near future, I do think it may bring like financial setback. You may, because maybe they were just providing, maybe they were just like another income in your household, maybe you were actually living with them, but maybe it'll just hurt to leave them and you'll feel lonely for a while. But I do think you'll leave, and I think you will be able to get over this heartbreak, I think, in the near future here. Right now, I think you're already, if you're not moving on, I think you're taking steps towards moving on. Now, in your external environment, I think you have people that are just like, okay, you've seen this before. How can you learn? How can you grow? Trying to provide stability in your life, trying to encourage you, trying to keep you going. And I think they're a constant, and they're constantly encouraging you and there for you, basically, is kind of how I'm taking the Emperor. So I already went over your hopes and fears, like you're hoping for something new, successful, something that will actually bring prosperity and abundance. And now that can be a job, but I'm kind of seeing this as like a relationship, because I think you feel like if you are hooked into someone else, you won't go back to them, basically, is how I'm kind of picking this up. Like, if you can be linked up, if you can be addicted to someone else, you won't go back to them. It's almost like a pick your poison situation. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of has a little bit of codependency thing going on here, but just from the energy of this. But let's go ahead and get your outcome. Oh, before I get into the outcome, it is funny because the song I was listening to you, like, I thought I was making a joke, and before y'all get mad, I do have like a Pisces placement, and it happens to be my chart ruler, so like I'm a little affected too. But I was just like, I should listen to Living on a Prayer because Pisces will romanticize anything. And then this happened, and I'm just like, oh, this was a mess. Like, I thought I was joking. But, yeah. Anyway, please don't be offended. I think I'm funny. And I'm just trying to laugh at a shitty situation. So anyway, let's look at the outcome. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in the outcome. So Sagittarius, Pisces, air signs, earth signs, Aries, Cancer. I don't think I went over those. But basically this feels like, you're kind of ending a cycle here, or trying to. Now it's up to you. What kind of work are you going to put in? Like, are you going to end the cycle and not repeat it? You're going to begin a different part of your life, a new cycle. Or are you going to repeat that cycle even if it's with someone new? So with the Ace of Swords being in the advice, I think seeking clarity, maybe through therapy, maybe through something like that, trying to keep your wits about you in situations and just keep a good understanding of what your objectives are, what your goals are, trying not to let the fantasy overrun you, because I think that's how you get addicted to people. You get addicted to their potential, who they could be, what they could do for you. Like you really blow things up. So seeing things clearly for what they are may really help you. And that may be tough for a while, but I think it's a practice you should try to get into. I'm pretty sure that's a thing with Pisces placements. Like, I remember seeing something with Pisces and Virgo, and one of them fell in love with like potential, and one of them fell in love with like the fantasy, the version of you that they create in their head. And I'm pretty sure the fantasy one is Pisces. Anyway, so like I said, I'm not judging. I have a Pisces chart ruler. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped, and you guys have a great day.